So Paulo Acosta put something out on Twitter with a video attached to it, basically saying he's going to beat up on Israel Adesanya's ribs. He says, figure this is Adesanya's ribs replacing that pad. This guy looking like a straight Gears of War character, and John Jones was saying how he wanted to come back in 2021 to fight Izzy, hoping that the UFC will pay up by then, where Paulo Acosta responds saying, sorry JJ, I will erase Izzy in 2020. In 2021, I will erase everyone. Stay retired. Now let's get into the Nate Diaz not liking the Usman versus Burns fight. He tweeted out, this is what's wrong with people claiming they're fighters settling for less because they know they're not worth nothing. You should have fought the next guy in line, not the guy who would take less because he's told to. That's why no one will remember you guys. This isn't a title fight. Now I'm a little confused of why he says not taking the person next in line when Gilbert Burns was pushed up to #1 in the rankings after beating Tyron Woodley. Kamaru Usman tweets out saying, let's state some facts here. Your bum self. Losses in last 5 of 9 in 8-year span, 12 losses total, 1-1 in last 4 years, refused to fight Woodley when offered title shot. Now he's talking about said guy, which is Jorge Masvidal, 13 L's total, lost to Damian Maia, who was KO'd by Burns in round 1, embarrassed your bum self. Then he goes on to say Burns, 6-fight win streak in less than 2 years span, knockout over Maia, who defeated said guy, Jorge Masvidal, 50-44 domination win over #1 welterweight Woodley, who you turned down for a title fight. Burns is a true martial artist and not all talk. Then he goes on to say, bottom line, if you got double-digit L's, shut the F up and sit your bum self down. Oh, and once again, don't forget to buy the pay-per-view. And in other news, we got a Henry Cejudo who looks at 2 fights that will possibly bring him out of retirement. One of them being Volkanovski, a guy who he says isn't really much bigger than him. He calls him an overgrown midget.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's not that much taller than him, man. He's, I call him an overgrown midget. And he's not that much bigger than me. And I feel like, man, I know I could beat him, dude. I just know it. What
do you walk around at? What do you weigh?
Probably about 150.
150.
Yeah.
And another one is Ryan Garcia, who is a boxer, 20-0, a lightweight, who kind of called Henry Cejudo out on Twitter saying, you think Henry Cejudo would give me a good fight in the boxing ring? Well, Henry Cejudo responded saying, get the hell out of here, you Oscar De La Hoya wannabe. I'd make you bend the knee in your own sport. Dana White, allow me to fry this fish. Then Ryan Garcia says, don't end up like Conor now.
Ali's going to talk with Ryan Garcia's manager, possibly making a fight with Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia, the boxer?
The boxer.
You going to box?
Why not? Why not?
Really?
To call me crazy. If things iron out, financially and, the cards are played right. Yeah, why not?
Now, Henry Cejudo and Mike Tyson seem to be linking up and training together. And if you did not know, this is a fun fact. Henry Cejudo and Mike Tyson actually did a psychedelic experience together known as the Toad, where they got trippy.
And I was crying. I was asking for, forgiveness. I was speaking in Spanish. Mom, perdóname. Like, Mom, forgive me.
Wow. The UFC releases the full fight card for UFC 251, which is looking good. We got Usman versus Burns and Volkanovski versus Holloway 2, which is going to take place on Fight Island, July 11th. Yas Island, Abu Dhabi to be specific, as Dana White has gave the location away finally. And we're going to have fights there July 11th, July 15th, July 18th, July 25th. So good times.
And Abu Dhabi has actually created this safety zone on the island within 10 square miles on Yas Island will just be inhabited by us. And it'll include an arena, hotels, training facilities for the fighters that are private so that, the whole COVID-19 thing is covered, dining establishments, and yes, there is an octagon on the beach.
And here's a little picture of Yas Island, and believe me, guys, it's hard to find an actual picture of this place. So I know this looks like crap, but it's actually a pretty beautiful place. Can't wait for it to get in. Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier have signed the fight to fight August 15th, which will be their 3rd fight. Can't wait to see how that one turns out. Now let's talk about Cody Garbrandt and Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean thinks he had the best KO of last Saturday, and Cody Garbrandt does as well. And if you take a look at the play-by-play, you can see Cody Garbrandt taking his hand from the ground up to his opponent's face and really sat on that punch, knocks him clean out. And here we got Sugar Sean OMalley, who finesses a quick right overhand and knocks his opponent clean out. Both are good knockouts. I think they're nitpicking at this point. Cody Garbrandt went on TMZ Sports and talked about it.
Whose was better, yours or O'Malley's?
Mine was way better, way vicious. You know, my dude couldn't get up. You know, if you're talking on terms of that style, you know, stylistically, Sunsal is leap years ahead of any adversary that Sugar's ever fought. You know.
And he also said he starches people in the top 5. He says Sugar Sean hasn't even fought anybody in the top 15 yet. So he says there's no comparison here.
Whose knockout did you think was better? Is it yours or was it Cody Garbrandt's?
I don't know. I mean, his looked like something you might see in a bar fight. Some drunk that's just hit hand. I like squatted and threw a right hand from his right foot. So I don't know. It depends if you like brawls or you like pure technique more to decide on which knockout was better. I'm a little biased. I thought mine was a little bit more clean, calculated.
And he also went on to say he 100% thinks he will fight Cody Garbrandt in the future, the next couple years. And he says where he sees himself in the next 3 years, well, he sees himself as a UFC champion. Now, Sugar Sean isn't done yet. He made a video on his YouTube channel called Whose KO Was Better? And it was a reenactment of the combo leading up to his KO. And he also reenacted Cody Garbrandt's KO.
It was a deep left body kick. And then I came down, I planted, and I threw a hard right hook. That landed big time. That wobbled him a little bit. Then I did a switch stance. This was sweet. I did a switch stance to a head kick. Boom. Went over his head. I readjusted, and that's when I threw the boom and knocked his ass out. The pure technique and clean and speed of that whole combo was so sweet. And from a high-level striking perspective, someone looking at it is thinking, damn, that's sweet. But then Cody's was pretty cool this weekend. His was kind of just like, well, how do you do it? So that was pretty cool. I don't know, there's levels to striking. When you got power in your hand, you can just bend down and just throw something, and if it lands, you probably knock someone out. I choose pure clean technique and speed.
And in other news, Tito Ortiz is dead serious about becoming a cop. And on the flip side of things, in the boxing world, Tyson Fury went on Twitter, posted a video saying who he's going to be fighting in his next 2 fights.
Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan. He's just informed me that the biggest fight in British boxing history has just been agreed. Get up there, my boy! Big shout out, Dan. He got this done. Literally over the line. 2-fight deal. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua next year. One problem. I just got to smash Deontay Wilder's face right in the next fight. And then we go into the Joshua fight next year. So there we are. The Gypsy King versus AJ is on for next year, but there is a hurdle in the road called the Bronze Bomber, aka the Knockout King, and I will get onto him and knock him spark out, and then we got on to the big fight. So big thank you, Dan, for getting this deal over the line. All the best. God bless you all. See you soon. Peace out.
And maybe this time around, Deontay Wilder will not wear 100 or so pound Power Ranger like body armor on the way out to the boxing ring, saying he was tired before he even got in the ring. And also there's a guy named Ian Highness who just got his UFC fight. I believe his first one in the UFC, just last UFC, can't even talk, this last UFC 250. And he's got a crazy prison to success story that I want to read for you guys. On one of these videos, maybe the next one after this one, and consider it like an audio book type deal. I'm just gonna read it and maybe throw some cinematics in there, but yeah, it's a good story. And whenever you hear a story like this, you kind of want to broadcast it to kind of show people what's possible. And I kind of just want to put this guy's story out there because the UFC is not really talking about it. So I kind of want to promote his come up story. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know in the comments below how you feel, and leave a like, all that good stuff, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.